Ladies and gentlemen, your Blaugrana just beat Haran a ball in what everybody thought it was going to be a trap game, including myself. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Hey, Barcelona takes care of business at the Coliseum Stadium. This was a stadium where we hadn't won in the last 6 years. The last 6 years, ladies and gentlemen, since 2019, Barcelona didn't win in this place. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not going to be doing this show alone, and I am going to bring him up in just a second. Jose, I'm bringing you on just a second. But before I do that, I just got to say this, man. Big up to Barcelona today on taking care of business in an amazing game by Fermi Lopez, who gets the first goal, gets on the board on the first goal. What an amazing finish. Pedri Gonzalez see him through one-on-one against the keeper, puts it into the back of the net. Amazing finish. Hey, big up Hansi Flick by bringing him on as a left winger. He was able to get something done and was able to get such a crucial goal at that point. Barcelona after that, you know what? Hey, we got to big up my man Kubarsi, because down the stretch in the second half, there was a weird sequence that Barcelona had, in my opinion, that it has to be worth talking about. And just got to bear with me 1 second, Jose, because I got to say this, man. Big up Kubarsi, man. Big up Kubarsi, because Kubarsi not only stops Getafe from scoring the 1-1 around what, like but that was probably what, like the 80th minute or something. And after that play, there was a corner, and off that corner, Kubarsi gets the header. Lewandowski gets the ball and finds Rashford down the seam one-on-one. I had no confidence that he was going to score, man. What are you saying, Jose? Talk to me. This was actually unbelievable. I had no confidence, absolutely no confidence that Marcus Rashford was going to score. And what a moment for him. What a moment for Barcelona going to Bordalás ball, and we're able to get calm on the other side with a 2-0 victory, man.
Bro, it's I tweeted this morning. Why am I so nervous about this game? Why am I so nervous about Getafe away, us not having won there in almost a decade? It feels like, bro, such a huge win. Huge win. A lot of relief is what I'm feeling right now, to be honest. The clean sheet feels really good. I can't lie, it feels really good. There were some shaky set pieces. But I heard what you mentioned, bro. He's my man of the match. Guys, clap it up for Kubarsi, man. Good Lord,
big it up
bro.
to Kubarsi, bro. That sequence was insane, bro.
Man,
that's football for you, Jose. You stopped that goal. That was literally a tap in. He was able to get right in behind him and send it to corner. And right off that corner comes the counter. Of all things that could have happened in this game, we counter attack. Top it, dude. I've seen it all, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, not even just that. The first goal, everyone's marveling at Pedri. Great pass by Pedri. I will not undersell that, by the way. That was a fantastic assist. With that said, does not happen without Kubarsi's world-class tackle at the midway point of the field, right? So he wins that. Pedri picks it up, finds the assist. Bro, in both goals was so crucial. Kubarsi, man of the match for me.
Yeah. Everybody, please rush to the like button right now. 129 people here, only 20 likes. Guys, please get these likes up to 100 immediately. I would appreciate it. Thank you, Jose, for stopping by. You're making your debut on a post-game show. I've been doing a post-game show for almost the whole season now, and you're literally the first person to come into my post-game show, man. I appreciate you for being here, man. I really do. But I do want to ask you something. What did you think about the starting lineup? Because to start off, I was kind of surprised. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised with anything, but I didn't love the Lewandowski move to start, because I just kind of felt like, at this point, he's very slow, and it really showed in that first half. It was really slow. Actually, Pedri found him on one pass, and it took him forever to just kind of get the ball around and take the shot. By the time he takes the shot, it gets blocked. And he just looks a bit slow. I'm not going to say he had a bad game. He does get the assist on the second goal, by the way. But I just felt like Ferran Torres was the way to go in this one to get this thing started. But I was saying, man, bring on Lewandowski like the last 30 minutes, bro. Like you get more output from him at that way. Also, another thing is Frankie de Jong not starting to me was a bit surprising. I am kind of happy, though, that we have seen Fermin Lopez as a left winger, his output is probably the closest thing you'll ever see to Rafinha. And lo and behold, he gets the first goal, man. What are your thoughts on the starting 11 so far? I mean, what did you think at the time?
Yeah. I think the biggest surprise for me, talk about who yours was. Mine was Frankie not starting. I actually thought that was kind of like a lock, a given. Him and Pedri, give Frankie some more minutes, and because Gavi's just getting back, right? I think rushing to playing him like back-to-back full 90s was just a little bit concerning. And then when he went down, thank God it was just someone brushing against him as he fell, right? I thought it was something worse for whatever reason. So I get nervous now. But I think that was the biggest one for me. I still Cancelo too, man. Cancelo got injured in the last game, so that was a little bit like, okay. I mean, we were probably a little bit low on bodies in the back, but everyone else I think seemed fairly straightforward. I will say with Lewa, like I wasn't super surprised by him starting, but I agree with everything you said about his performance in the first half. Like I think he burned 3 pretty, I wouldn't say clear-cut chances, but good chances that someone of his caliber I expect to capitalize on. But he was just too slow. Too slow.
Yeah, I definitely think so. What about Rashford not getting minutes, bro? Like in this game, is Hansi Flick basically telling us that Marcus Rashford is not going to be back for next season because is out. You got a player like, for example, like Lamine Yamal is out. He's injured as well. Both injuries on the wings, and Rashford's not starting, bro.
Yeah, I think he just said it. The writing's on the wall. If Rafa and Yamal are both off the pitch and Rashford's not on, I think it says everything you need to know. You're treating him like Rooney Bargi at this point. I think, yeah, he's probably not coming back next season. And in all honesty, bro, I think with some of the options and competitions that I've heard, the rumblings that I've heard about the market, I don't know if 30 million for a backup makes sense. I kind of want to see what's out there and available. So I don't blame Hansi Flick for not playing him. It's probably coming with some direction from Deco, but they got to have someone else they have their eyes on if Rashford's not getting minutes at this point of the season.
Yeah. So are you surprised, bro? Listen, Getafe, I'm actually very surprised of how the things went down. I thought Barcelona, dude. I'm so stupid. Like I on my preview, I said we're gonna win 2-0, and then the more I talked about towards the very end of my video, I'm starting to think, and I'm like, well, Getafe, they haven't allowed. I think they beat Real Madrid if I'm not mistaken, but they haven't allowed 2 goals at home for like the longest time, and in their last 6 games, whether combined away or at home, they hadn't allowed 2 goals ever for the last 6, at least the last 6 games. They haven't allowed 2 goals, and I'm like, dude, you know what? No Lamine, no Rafinha. We're probably gonna suffer in this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna change it. I'm gonna go 1-0. We're gonna win 1-0, and it was, and then it was sure enough we went 2-0. But
we could have won by more.
Yeah, we could have won by more. We had some chances. Are you at least a bit surprised of how not just, I'm not going to say how great, I'm going to say that Barcelona looked elegant today. I feel like they look poised. They look patient. Pedri had an amazing game. He got the assist on the first goal. He's kind of bouncing back. He still missed a couple good ones. I feel like if his best version of himself would have been better down the stretch, but I still came away thinking Barcelona looks really elegant. This was such an elegant win. Dani Olmo, if he was on his good day, he would score probably at least 2 goals today. I was very disappointed on Dani Olmo. And we're going to get to player ratings, everybody. Please like the stream. Please, right now, guys, get in the chat, subscribe and everything else. But are you surprised of how good we look against Bordalás on the night, bro?
Yes and no. Like I say yes, because for all the reasons that you just stated, this felt like a very, if we had seen this version of Barça versus Getafe at the Camp Nou, right? In a traditional home game to start off the season, and we got this version of Pedri and some other players, I'd actually be very, very content. We're starting off the season well. You read about Pedri. He had some mistakes. We'll talk about him in player ratings. Just a couple things where I'm like, in form, prime Pedri would not make these mistakes, but that's okay. He's coming back from physical problems. But I agree. I think we looked elegant. We were fluid. I think we moved the ball well. I still think there were moments where we were open and Getafe could have capitalized on it. So I won't absolve the team of not having just their light mistakes here and there. But all in all, man, 2-0 clinical performance. Only chances Getafe really had were corners at the end of the day, set pieces. And I think we played those pretty well. So clinical game. I'm just also coming away feeling relieved more than anything else.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona right now is 11 points clear of Real Madrid. Barcelona. Dude, Jose, I got to ask you.
Bro.
Season's over, right? It's hard to say.
We
should be right now. This is why I got my red hat victory shades, because Barcelona basically we're champions of La Liga 2024. I'm sorry, 25, 2026. And right now, bro, this is all she wrote. Madrid drops points. Barcelona capitalizes on a trap game and goes out and wins. This is a huge win for Barcelona. 11 points. Actually, as a matter of fact, if Real Madrid drops points in the next game, they have to do the guard of honor at the Camp Nou, or they win, or they keep winning. And if we get at least a draw, so this is the deal. Okay, we win today, right? So that's out of the way. If we win against Osasuna away from home, a draw or a win gives us the title against Real Madrid. But if Madrid drops points, if it doesn't matter, that just we automatically win La Liga at this point. So if Madrid drops, maybe they'll drop points, but then they have to do the guard of honor. Which one would you prefer? And it's La Liga over at this point. It's Barcelona champions of 2025-2026.
Yeah. Now I'm going to say this, but I know a lot of fans probably won't agree with me. You can't go wrong either way. I would take winning El Clasico at home and the celebrations of that combined with winning the title.
Yeah,
would make the October celebrations Madrid fans were having, the players were having on the pitch, feel like child's play, bro. So I would love that. With that said, bro, just the ability they won't ever give us a guard of honor, by the way. So that's kind of why
they're never gonna do it.
They're never gonna do it. Never gonna do it. But if they could, brother, I would save every image I possibly could of Mbappe, Vinny, all of those guys just standing there clapping as we walk through as champions. Oh my goodness, that would be mayhem. But it's not going to happen, so I have to go with winning the title there.
Dude, I'm going to say something. I feel like Madrid is never going to do the guard of honor. If they do it, we'll big up to them. But if they don't, dude, that has to be that have to be even more embarrassing. That you're being a sore loser against your arch rival. Right? By the way, everybody knows, their core values and everything. I'm 100% sure if the roles were reversed, Barcelona would do the guard of honor.
Yeah, probably. But I also think that, again, it's easier to complain if you're a Madrid player, a Madrid fan. Bro, look at the Supercopa. Like the Supercopa is a perfect example, right? Mbappe waving everybody off, saying, "Hey, we're not going to give them any kind of applause or any kudos for winning this." And yeah, I think that's the way it will go. But either way, it's gonna be fun, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a fun Saturday. It's a fun weekend, man. Real Madrid yesterday, they dropped points in what basically was a buzzer beater at the very last second.
Bellerin too.
Bellerin, La Masia, bro. Big up La Masia in the freaking house, man. Against Real Madrid in crunch time.
Yep.
They were crying about that foul in the last minute, by the way, but it doesn't matter. They drop points. Barcelona now wins at the Getafe at the Coliseum. Since 2019, it was crazy, man. It was due. Barcelona was due for this, and I'm just very happy we're able to get this result in a Coliseum. This is a place which is very tough to play. Like I said, they only allowed 1 goal per game in the last 6 games, which is ridiculous. And if Dani Olmo wasn't his day, man, and we might as well. Let's get into player ratings. Good, the bad, and the ugly is still up for coming, guys. But please like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. People are asking, who is this guy? Who are you? He's Jose, and he does not have a YouTube channel for Barca content, only for MLS. Am I right?
Yes, yeah. Well, just North American football in general. But I'll say this: I've been going on Barca streams now for a couple of years, and I always say the same thing. If anyone feels I should start a Barca channel, you let me know in the comments down below, bro. Exactly. I'm super curious.
Get in the chat, guys. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to start off, and everybody knows the drill. We're going to do on a scale of 1 to 10, what number grade are we giving each player? We're going to start off with Joan Garcia, man. I thought Joan Garcia was actually really good today, but he did have that one mistake, Jose, where the ball kind of went in behind his feet once again, and luckily that was never going to go in. He was able to get back and not give away the corner. But overall, what do you think about his performance? What would you rate Joan Garcia on the night?
Bro, a nearly clinical and flawless performance.
Yeah.
Mainly because he wasn't asked to make a ton of saves. I think he had to be just like the standard version of himself in La Liga. But bro, we saw that mistake. Keep in
Yeah.
mind in the Copa del Rey performance against Atleti. So
Oh
little
yeah, I
moments
got
like
PTSD, bro. I got
I know that's what I'm
PTSD.
saying. It just makes me a little bit nervous. And at this point of the season, I'm trying to hurry up and win the title. So we can't have that happen anymore. But for today, it didn't cost us. Kubarsi came to his rescue as well. I think in all honesty, bro, like a 9 out of 10, a nearly flawless performance from Joan Garcia.
Okay. Dude, just hang on with me for a second. I got 2 minutes. I got someone delivering a package. I'm just gonna sign something and I'll be
Go
right
ahead,
back.
bro.
I'll leave you here with the chat. You
Yeah,
can say
man.
whatever you want, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah, bro.
trust you.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, chat. See, I think chat agrees with me, bro. 9 out of 10. I think Joan Garcia is going to be a generational talent for Barca, guys. Bro, it's just he's not complete yet. We need him to get more reps in with this back line. We also need an improved back line. Yeah, that mistake, bro. It gave me like just like Barca Volume said, right? It gave me PTSD, bro. And honestly, guys, if you remember Ter Stegen, he had a few of those in him every season. He always had a few of those in. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's because in the moment, bro, he's just taking his eye off the ball. It makes me a little bit nervous. Oh, bro, my channel. Hey, I see the questions in there. My channel is called Gold TV, GOLZ TV. It features myself, another American soccer legend, and a few other creators here in North America as well. So go check it out.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody got subscribed to Jose's channel, and soon he'll make a Barca channel. We'll make one for him.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, yeah. So I am gonna go. I'm gonna go with Joan Garcia. What did you grade him?
9 out of 10. I think
9 out of 10.
Again, that mistake, it's not like it made or broke his game. It's just it could have been so much worse. So almost a perfect performance.
Yeah, I think he was good, especially on the ball. He got a couple long shots that I thought were a bit inaccurate. I'm gonna go with Joan Garcia today, with an 8 out of 10 performance. I thought he could have been a little bit better. Especially, I hate. How do I put this? I'm thinking I just got to see more focus, in my opinion, because what if that ball was going in goal? Like that's now every time somebody passes the ball back to him, I'm gonna keep thinking like, bro, we got to be more focused. So just because of that one play alone, I'm just gonna go with an 8 out of 10 performance.
That's fair.
All right, so moving on, guys. I'm gonna go with Jules Koundé. We're gonna do Jules Koundé. Talk to me, Jose. Honestly, man, at halftime, I was literally saying, get this guy out of my freaking club. Get this guy out right now. I don't care if it's Araujo. I don't care if it's Xavi Espar. I don't even give a crap. Who the hell is this guy, man? I don't recognize this guy. This guy was such a baller last season. I remember he had a streak with 100 games starting or whatever. Amazing performances all the way through. And now I can count with maybe 3 fingers the great games he's had this season. And this season, dude, this guy is just walking around, bro. This guy don't care, bro. This guy looks like he's already on freaking World Cup mode. I don't even know what kind of mode he's on. But I was very disappointed with his performance, losing every ball, very slow in transition. I remember one play where he got the yellow card, which was very frustrating because he gets the ball. And somehow he's trying to pass it back to somebody who I can't remember. And the Getafe player beats him too. He whipped so bad. The ball was still in between. It was like a 50-50. The Getafe player beat him to it, and he hit the Getafe guy on the ankle, and it was a yellow card, which at the time I thought it was very frustrating because Getafe was the one who were being more physical and were making more fouls. And we got the yellow card, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was all because of his bad play. He's just horrible, bro. What are you saying, man?
I think for me, bro, I agree. First off, I think the first half was terrible for Koundé. Now he had a couple moments in the second half that I think push him to still a pretty bad score overall. I'll get to it in a second, but it was better than the first half. The first half, he was slow, making bad decisions. Bro, and I don't know what happened to his physicality. I mean, his athleticism, his speed, because if anybody remembers in the Xavi Hernandez era, bro, this dude was being recruited because of his speed, because as a center back globally, he had the pace to get back in transition if we needed it. I don't know what happened to that version of Koundé. I think for me today, he's probably a 4 out of 10. And in some ways, that might be generous to some. I will say the one thing I'll say to end it off is that he could have salvaged his game in a big way on that glancing header that he missed. If he would have hit that would have pushed him to a 6, maybe 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So what should you said? You said 5? You said 4?
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the deuce, and everybody knows what deuce means around here. So that for me, I have some players, bro. I have some players that I'm frustrated. I don't want to grade him. I think they're being so bad that it's just beyond to me. So I'm always go with the deuce every time I got a player that I think, dude, Koundé, man, this guy, I don't want him start, especially right now. We literally just clinched La Liga. Bench his ass off for being horrible. All right, he wants to be on World Cup mode, then get the hell out of here, bro. So for me, this is what it is. Not Barca level whatsoever, bro.
It's been a bad season.
Horrible season. Now let's take let's give it up for Cubarsí, bro. This is, oh my goodness, man. What are you grading Cubarsí, man? What a performance! What a spectacular kid, bro. And honestly, the roles couldn't be so much apart from, you see Cubarsí and you see Koundé, it looked like they're not playing the same sport, dude. Koundé, give me 50, give me whatever you can give me for this player next season. Give me some money, whatever it is, I'll take it. But Cubarsí, bro, what a baller, great game. And if you look into it, Jose, even when he made a mistake in the Champions League, he was having a good game. He was having a very good game. I thought that red card was very harsh. So people tend to like overreact when it comes to Cubarsí. They criticize him a lot. This kid is 19 years old. Look at the way he's balling out. Not just this one in particular. I remember in the first half, he had one opportunity where I think it was was it Satriano was the striker? Yeah, so Satriano was the striker, and it was basically him one-on-one, and Cubarsí slides and gets the ball off, and it was a throw-in, but that guy was sprinting. It was going to be very, very, very dangerous play, and he was able to stop it. Very confident, very good defensively. I thought he had a very good performance today. What are you saying? What do you think you're going to grade him today?
Yeah, bro, it was as close to perfect as you want from a center back's performance in general, Cubarsí or not. And you know what it reminded me of, bro? It reminded me of most games we saw from Íñigo last season. I think Íñigo had just this very, very clinical nature about him. His distribution was on point. He made the crucial, aggressive tackle when needed in a very smart way. Yeah. We saw all of that from Cubarsí today. So for me, bro, it's as close to perfect as you get, but I feel like there's still even more that we can see from him with more experience, more rest. Bro, he's 19 years old, and that was a 9.5 out of 10 performance. I mean, it's as close to really being perfect as you can get. And keep in mind, for me, those two moments in the first goal, making that tackle to open up Bedri for that assist that he got,
and double dipping.
Bro. And in the second one, making the crucial game-saving tackle, bro. If Getafe scores that, the entire game is different moving forward. The entire game is different. So he gets that one, and then of course from there it leads to the second goal. Yeah, bro, man of the match. No,
to me, it's a double dip. I think I don't know if it was Satriano or Haram Bari who was coming to that ball. It was basically literally a tap in. To me, Cubarsí gets a 10 out of 10 performance today because I thought it was just so important, right, for him to make that play in that moment. And mind you, he's literally behind the Getafe player, but he somehow, some way, sticks his feet in front of him and was able to get the ball off. And that was a big time play. And dude, if they scored on that, there's no way we scored a second goal. There's no way we scored.
Not even just that, bro. Think about it. And not just block it and prevent the goal, but bro, prevent without fouling, without giving away a penalty or something else happening at that moment of the game. Like this could have easily gone and get Getafe's favor quickly. Yeah,
exactly. If he would have gotten his foot, something like that would have been crazy. That would have been a penalty. No, he was very smart and was able to get the ball off. And one thing that was very, very important is I saw as soon as Rashford scores, because Cubarsí did make a play defensively on that corner, Joan Garcia going to Cubarsí, giving him a huge hug, bro. That
Yeah,
I
man.
thought that was very important. This is the little things about this team. They're so cohesive, such a great unit, and for Joan Garcia to acknowledge Kubarsi, what he had done was basically a double dipping. It could have been a 1-1, and instead it was a 2-0 against Getafe. I think that's a 10 out of 10 performance. So Gerard Martin today, I thought, you know what a season for Gerard Martin. Very solid. This guy never really going to jump off your screen. He just wins duels aerially on the bottom. He just never gets beat on the dribble. This guy, man, what is going on with this kid, man? What are you saying about Gerard Martin? I think he had an unbelievable season and a very, very good, solid game. Not like super spectacular. He's never going to jump off your screen, but he's always going to deliver, bro.
Yeah, I think he's consistently for the most of the season like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Like he's just always doing what he's supposed to do. I will say with time, we'll see less of those just pointless aggressive fouls or just giving them something, right? When the team really has nothing. I think giving Getafe set pieces at home when they can't get anything else going. I don't know, bro. It's not the most intelligent play as a center back, but at the same time, I still appreciate him wanting to close people down quickly, not letting them turn, being as aggressive as we need our center backs to be. He'll develop more technical aspects to his defensive game as he continues to get older and get more experience. But yeah, bro, to me, solid 8 out of 10. I got really scared when he came down with that no contact injury. I was like, bro, another one, just like another Barca defender or a Barca player right now that's going down to just some random BS on the field. But no, man, it was solid. It was solid. I really couldn't ask too much more from Gerard Martin in this game.
Yeah, no, I think we have our first agreement on the players. I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10 performance as well. I was a bit scared for him as well because I saw that was non-contacts are usually the worst injuries you'll ever have. But he was pointing at the pitch, and the pitch, they zoomed out on it. And boy, that looked really, really, really bad. And from the angle that we're looking at, the pitch does look really nice and even. But it's just never the case. And you can see it right there where he got kind of twist. I don't know if he twisted his ankle or what he did, but he was pointing at it, and you can see it like literally there was a hole in it, and like two pieces of grass laying around. It was ridiculous. But
yeah, bro.
No, I think a very solid performance. Now, Cancelo today was. I thought he would be a bit more impactful in terms of offensively, but I did see flashes of it, what he could do. But what I cannot question was his effort on the night. I thought he was running the pitch up and down. There was one time where I felt like the ball was literally going to a throw-in for Getafe. He sprinted like literally 35 yards and slide on it. He was barely able to get it off. He may have not gotten to it, but maybe the referee just said, "Look, dude, I'm just gonna let it go, dude. This guy was just all that effort, dude. I can't have all that effort for nothing." I don't know if that ball actually left, but I remember that one play, and I was thinking to myself, dude, it's like the 70th minute, and this guy's sprinting down.
Yeah, bro.
How different is he from Kunde in terms of effort? You can't even put it in perspective. So I'm gonna give Cancelo a very solid 8 out of 10 performance today. But what are you saying?
Yeah, I agree in a lot of ways. I think, and keep in mind, bro, the effort was also defensively. There were a couple moments in transition where down the left side, Fermin wasn't tracking back. And again, sometimes that does happen, whether it's him or Dani or even Rafa at times. But, bro, I thought Getafe would get free crosses in, and there was two different moments where I saw Cancelo sprinting all the way back, and in both of those instances, won the corner, as opposed to just giving them something for free. I think, bro, when you have him contributing that much down the flank with overlapping runs, trying to create more attack, the fact that he's doing this to get back, I'm telling you guys, we should have gotten a right back last summer to compete with Koundé in a World Cup year. We're paying for it a little bit now. Have to get one this summer. I would say it's almost more important than replacing, the left wing, the backup left wing spot. Like it's so important that we get someone to compete with Koundé, because we need that same level of effort on both sides of the pitch that Cancelo is really giving right now. So I would say, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah. I would say, bro, like I've seen better Cancelo performances, at least offensively. I'm going to give him like a 7.5 out of 10. I think he could have given me a little bit more, but all in all, you can't question the effort.
Somebody said, "Who's watching the women UCL game?" Hot. Yeah, guys. Right now, Barcelona is playing Bayern Munich for the UCL semifinals for the women's sport. So if you guys didn't know that, they are playing right now as we speak. I don't know what the score is or anything like that, but they are playing right now. We'll probably check that and after we get done with this. But now moving on to Pedri. And according to Football, Pedri Gonzalez is the man of the match in this one. They're pointing out as an 8.5 performance. He had an assist. Where he should have had 2 assists. I remember he had one play down in the middle where he just kind of missed the pass on Lewandowski. Lewandowski was right there. And if he would have just made that pass, Pedri was too nonchalant, like didn't really make any power, didn't put any power on that ball. And the defender was not able to stretch his leg and was he was a tall player. I think he was Junior, I think his name is, and he was able to get that interception, and Pedri just wasn't like, he wasn't a perfect performance, but it was very solid performance. But like I said, he could have had 2 assists if he would have made that pass. There was actually a pretty easy pass to Lewandowski. I don't know if you remember that play, but I'm still gonna go with Pedri though. Any average game is still very, very solid for in terms of midfielders are concerned. So I'm gonna go with Pedri Gonzalez with an 8.5 performance on the night. I thought he still controlled the game, controlled the tempo, and the more you put him around Gavis of the world, the Frankies of the world, the more level he's going to show, and it's starting to look like the Pedri of all people. What do you think, though?
Yeah, I agree. I think Pedri, to me, his ceiling is quite literally the best center midfielder on the planet. And so when that's the bar that we've all seen him set numerous times this season, just all throughout his career, you look at this performance, and I mean, those 2 moments that you talked about, exactly. The second one where I think he probably could have slid in Donnie on the left side really easily too, but he opted to go to the right and it got blocked.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not that either one really was probably a good decision, but it's the timing of when he chooses to try and make the pass that I'm just like, Brian Pedri wouldn't have done it. He would have done it a step or 2 earlier and freed up that player into space. So he's maybe still trying to get back into a rhythm after being so in and out for a good chunk of the season, but still, even then, solid. You saw the assist. We saw the moments he had in this game. I mean, bro, he finds a way to make up for some of those missed opportunities. So yeah, I would say a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8.5. What about Gavi? I thought Gavi was actually really solid as well. Though he got the yellow card in that first half, and I thought it was, dude, we're getting yellow cards everywhere, bro. And Getafe is making like 20 freaking fouls, no yellow cards. Barca has like 5 fouls, 2 yellow. What is going on? Like every single time, but we leave it up to the ref, it's over. But I thought Gavi was solid. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 performance. What are you saying as far as Gavi is concerned? I mean, I don't remember anything that was to bring his score down or to. I don't think he was super good, and I don't think he was bad either. So I think a good 7 out of 10 performance is pretty solid.
Yeah, that's my score too. 7 out of 10. I think Gavi. Well, one, I think he gets a yellow card. Probably if it's a good ref or not, right? If we're seeing the calls go both ways or not, that's our king of disciplinary action. But I mean, look, bro, he's looking. What's crazy about Gavi is you're seeing the uptick in rhythm and performance game over game, and maybe that's why Flick is choosing to give him minutes over Frankie. I'm not really sure.
And there was one time, Jose, where I remember in the first half, it was around the 20th minute, and he was telling the team, like, come on, guys, we got to bring up the intensity. Those are the little things that people just don't see. They just see, they see how they play. But no, when you have players on the pitch asking for more intensity, then those are the players, the Rafinhas of the world, the Gavis of the world, the Fermins of the world. These players, bro, you cannot have enough of these players out on the pitch.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that, and look, maybe when we think about it, and if I really kind of peel back the layers on it, I expected Frankie to start this game, but when you think about going to Getafe away, haven't won their away in 7 years, you need someone who brings the passion of a Rafinha, a Gavi, someone on the field doing that, demanding more of the players physically, especially at this point of the season. So look, it makes sense. Solid performance, but it's just crazy that we're just now scratching the surface on what Gavi can do coming back from his long-term injury.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to Dani Olmo. Look, Dani Olmo is, okay, so very frustrating player to analyze, very frustrating player to talk about. Yeah. He's very good, man. He's very skilled, but sometimes he's very talented. It's the one thing that gets him in trouble. I feel like it was very selfish in the first half. He had one shot that I did not like him taking that shot. It was a horrible shot. He had a Rooney on the right. he had Firmino on the left and Lewandowski on the left, and he chose to take just a horrendous shot, almost as that one from Vinicius yesterday. It was just a horrible shot. And I remember there was two other times where they passed him the ball, very good opportunities to score. One of them was offside, so it wouldn't matter anyways. But it doesn't matter in terms of I want to see how you finish that. And he finished it, and it just went just wide. But it was not it wasn't a bad finish. He had another chance where it was actually he took two players out. It was going to be a beautiful goal. And I remember him just taking the worst. No, actually, that was another one. I'm talking about other. There was another chance where Rooney Bargi passed him the ball back. It was 0-0 right in front of the goal. And he takes this horrendous shot instead of shooting the ball with the inside part of his foot, he takes it with like the outside part of his foot, and of course the ball is just gonna go wide. And I thought that was just a horrible shot at that moment, and it was a 0-0 game. In clutch moment, I'm like, dude, we got to be better than that, and he wasn't. And like I said, it was a very frustrating player because I felt like he had a very, very solid game. But when you really grade about the chances that he missed, some areas where he was just selfish, I just got to go with like a 6 out of 10, bro. What do you think?
Yeah, bro. I wanted to go 6 out of 10, but when I think about analyzing his entire performance and really what he helped create for Barca, the frustrating part really is the final touch for Dani Olmo. It really is, because if you think about that, the moment you talked about the first one where he had options left and right and chose to shoot, and the shot was absolutely terrible. He scuffed it horribly. Almost a Ferran-like quality. It's I struggle with it because to get to that position, he took on 2 or 3 defenders beautifully. Like it was such a great dribbling sequence from Dani Olmo to get in that position and then make a good decision, which he didn't.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the type of mistake that we constantly see from Dani Olmo. Is just the bit of quality and finesse in that third. It almost feels like Fermin. And we'll talk about Fermin, right? But it almost feels like Fermin in the sense that you just kind of wish he would realize sometimes that all goals matter, and you don't have to be the one that scores it. We just need the goals to hit the back of the net.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, bro, I almost want to give him some benefit of the doubt and say he's like a 6.5, maybe 7, because I know he can give us more, but he created so many chances and opportunities for us in that first half.
Yeah, he was creating a lot of issues for Getafe. Getafe couldn't mark him. That's the one thing that he was doing. He was separating. He was winning duels. He was winning dribbles. Which that's I wouldn't mind a 7 actually, but I'm still gonna go with a 6. I thought he could have been better in some clutch situations, and I think it's been the theme with him in the last maybe 3 to 4 games. But moving on, let's move on to Rooney Bargi. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. Guys, please hit the like button. I need to get to 100 likes. I'm 16 likes away, so guys, please hit the like button right now. So I'm gonna go with Rooney Bargi, man. I with a 6 out of 10 performance. Actually quite disappointing because these are the moments that I'm expecting Rooney Bargi to show some flashes. He looks very raw still, honestly. Like he does almost seems like he wants to always go with this. The one thing that I don't like is he wants to go with the safest option always, whether that's passing it back or sometimes he sees himself that has a little bit of breathing room. So he'll just go and spam the cross, right? So in those crosses that he was making weren't even on target. Like he wasn't even putting it in the dangerous area. They were going all the way back to the far post, if anything. A few times it was just going way too wide, no threat whatsoever. I remember one that was so bad that actually Cancelo got to it. And I'm actually like, I feel like he doesn't have the confidence of taking players one-on-one and beating and winning those duels one-on-one, whether that's too physical, the game's too physical for him, or he's clearly not Lamine Yamal. I'm not asking for like a Lamine Yamal performance, but we saw when Rashford came in, of course, Rashford is a much bigger athlete, but Rashford became a problem for Getafe on a few instances. As a matter of fact, one of the yellows for Getafe was Rashford within like 5 minutes.
I remember,
he makes that one play and it gets fouled right outside the box, and that we almost scored. We made a cross and Gerard Martin headed that. The goalkeeper was able to get to it before anybody can get a second header inside the box. But the point is, I just felt like a bit short with Ronnie Bargi, and it's quite disappointing. But can we really ask more for him if he hasn't been playing this whole season?
Yeah, bro, it's such a conundrum to go back and forth with Rooney. I think for me, if I put my grade out there right now, it was honestly a 5.
Yeah.
And I think what he suffers from, bro, is I saw a little bit of it in chat. His confidence is so low that he's
Hmm.
questioning basic movements, basic decisions, things that I feel like if he were to go out on loan, get some meaningful minutes, gain the confidence that not comes with just playing, but playing and being successful in taking the
Yeah.
defender on, getting a goal, getting an assist, really consistently finding your rhythm. I think maybe then we can like really judge this player. I think he's so young though, man. The moment I think of that summarizes him probably for the entire season is he did actually cut in one time in the second half and got into position to shoot. And somehow he shoots it with the outside of his foot instead of curling it with the
Oh
inside of
yeah,
his
yeah.
foot.
I remember that one, and I was
Bro,
like, and I looked at it, and I was like, well, that wasn't even close.
What
Like when
wasn't
I
it,
saw
that
the
wasn't close, but
replay,
what are you doing? Why are you hitting it with the outside? Bro, why, how are you overthinking that decision? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. Any winger knows that's an inside curler. You just got to hit it. And I feel like if he's questioning that right now, this club is too big for him.
yeah, and that was a clutch moment actually as well. And I think I might have gotten confused. That one player where I was thinking Dani Olmo, that was Rooney Bargi, where he was instead of shooting with the inside foot, he's shooting it with the outside. I'm like, what are you doing? Big up Kevin with the $2 holler, brother. Thank you, appreciate you so much. It feels good to be a Barca fan. Bisca Barca, of course, man. Every single time, bro. Every single time. Thank you for coming through in there. So let's move on. Let's go with Lewandowski. Look, it's hard for me to really grade Lewandowski to the higher standards that he should be held against, but honestly, he's at the end of his career, and I don't think starting him was as a good idea. I do understand what Hansi Flick was thinking. He was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna need Ferran Torres' runs, right? Because I'm not gonna need that him to be so dynamic because there's not gonna be a lot of space. It's gonna be so crowded with the back line of 5. I'm gonna need Lewandowski to look for some headers, to some close range shots or something of that sort. So I do see where Hansi Flick was coming from on that, but I just knew, bro. I just knew Lewandowski was not going to do anything in that first half, especially against a team who plays well, very disciplined. And in the first half, when they're so fresh, they're not going to give him any space. They're going to be very, very close to him. They're going to press him. They're not going to give him any space to run or to take any shots. They're going to block him every single time. And it's literally what it was. He did absolutely nothing in the first half. He does get the assist in the second half. At that point, I'm okay with Hansi Flick keeping him in the game because what's the point? Like, you're not going to just bring him on and just sub him off at halftime. But I thought Ferran Torres was the way to go in this one. Lewandowski gets full 90 minutes. I'm going to go with Lewandowski with I'm going to go with I'm going to be generous. I'm going to go with a 7 because of a nice assist that he got down the stretch to Marcus Rashford. What are you saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think with Lewa, look, if I'm thinking about what Hansi Flick might have been going through mentally, putting the lineup together, I think
Yeah.
it probably didn't matter who you played, whether it was Ferran or Lewa, only because, like you said, they're very disciplined. They're not going to let any free runs come in behind the back line. They're not
Yeah.
going to let you dribble right through the middle. So what's probably going to happen? We're probably going to have to cross the ball in and find someone who can jump up and win it. I back Lewa over Ferran in that scenario if that's how the game does flow. It turns out, though, that today we did get a few opportunities right through the middle. Dani Olmo using his dribbling to open up some space and then slot one in. And, bro, Lewa was just too slow. He was too
Yeah.
slow, man. It's 2 or 3 opportunities, very good opportunities in the first half that I thought just completely got burned because this old man's up there just trying to get on the end of these. So yeah, man, my grade for Lewa, his assist legitimately saved his game, and it was a title deciding assist in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I will choose to be generous. I think a 7 out of 10 is more than fair.
It was the dagger, but it seems like it takes him a few extra touches to kind of spin around and try to take a shot, and that's really what's really holding him back, in my opinion. Move on. Last but not least, from the starting 11, Fermin Lopez. I thought he had an unbelievable game. And look, man, when you get a player like this, you got to do whatever you got to do to keep him. He's such a baller, such a competitor. What else there's to say about him when he brings all that intensity? And the closest thing to Rafinha that we'll ever have on that left wing, we're always going to be Marcus Rashford. I love when I saw the lineup. I love that Fermin Lopez was on the left wing, especially because I knew what I was getting with Rashford anyway. So I said, you know what? If we are going to be like maniacs and go get this game with the Olmos of the world, with the Gavis, with the Pedris, with the Fermins, we literally suffocated Bordalás' ball, man, especially the way that we've been running. In this game, I saw so elegantly Barcelona taking care of business in this game. And I think Fermin Lopez was at the very top end of that. And especially scoring that such a clutch goal, such a great pass from Pedri, very such tight spaces. He literally didn't have a lot of space. He ran in behind. The guy was literally breathing down his neck. He was still able to get a good touch on the ball and put it into the back of the net. I'm going to go with Fermin Lopez with a 10 out of 10 performance, bro. Honestly.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Man, what a score. Yeah, Fermin was very, very good. Very, very good. I will say that, bro. The goal, I honestly was hoping in the moment that he would not pass to Lewan. He would just be selfish in that moment and take it. Lewan to me just was completely off. And he did, and it was a great finish. His energy was everywhere. You felt it, whether it was in the press or again, just as soon as he got the ball, he's so positive. He's so quick to just turn and go upfield. So I love that. I agree with you. The next best thing to Rafinha on that left-hand side that we have at the moment.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Rashford in certain moments. But I mean, my only criticism of Fermin again is just in the attack. I know this will come with time, so I'm not super critical of it now. Yeah. But he just has to find other players, especially when the decision you make is to shoot the ball with your weak foot at no angle to meaningfully test the keeper. Yeah. Instead of finding two runners that are in the box. It's just
you're talking about the one where Pedri found him on the side and he went right into the box and he takes the shot and it shoots it wide, no angle on it with the left foot, right? Yep. And he could have just made like the diagonal cross or something.
Yeah. And I think it's just I love that Fermin is always finding the ways for him to impact the game. Like we need more attackers like that. But at the same time, I think he'll become a world-class player when he can also find the moments to get his other teammates involved. I think that the moment Barça figures that out as a young attacking group, this team's going to be unstoppable in every way. So, I think for me, my score is probably like a 9 out of 10. Like I still think Fermin has another level, but very, very good today.
He does. No, he does. I'm actually grading him very highly today because I remember in the second half as well, he was making a lot of effort plays where it was very 50-50 and he was either winning those duels or dispossessing Getafe in a couple of times. So off the ball as well, a lot of my grading goes to off the ball, not just him scoring a goal, but that goal was as clutch as any other goal for the season, taking the lead against Getafe. It's something that not a lot of people can say at the Coliseum. So I thought that was a very, very clutch goal anyway. So let's just very quickly go over the substitutes right now. So it was Ronald Araujo, Frankie, Marcus, Alejandro Balde, and Marquesado. The last two incompletes. It's just not enough time. Not enough time on the pitch. Let's start with Ronald Araujo. I thought Ronald Araujo was very solid. And I have a hot take, Jose. I want to get your take on this. I want to keep Ronald Araujo next season because, look, and this is the reason why. I just feel like, okay, if we're going to bring in somebody physical, somebody that can have the speed to track back, then I'm okay with Araujo out. Like, I'm fine with Araujo leaving. But Araujo brings a few things, and I know a lot of people don't like him, and I can see right now, look, they said, nah, question mark. But look, this is why I said it was a hot take, right? Because I'm like, dude, look, the more I think about it is, dude, look, he comes in for Koundé, right? And he looks so much better. He does have a level. He does have speed. There's something there. He can win deals on the air, like through the air, like with those corners. He has size. Look, right now we don't have size, and Araujo has size. And I don't know. I just feel like he brings things to the table that Barcelona just doesn't have. Is one of the reasons why right now I'm leaning towards in on Araujo rather than out, because he does bring things to the table that he clearly just doesn't have. Barcelona just doesn't have right now.
Yeah, I agree. And look, Araujo's such a tricky one, bro, because do I have the confidence in him, in his physicality, in his decision making to play him in big games? No. Like that's 100% clear. So for me anyway. Now with that said, does he have value in this team? Yeah, bro. Against the Getafes of the world, the Rayo Vallecanos of the world, the Osasunas of the world, like next week. Yes, bro. I think in these types of games, I have more trust because there's just less risk associated with what I'm asking him to do. And I think he does offer a different profile than a lot of our other center backs who are still young, still growing, some of them still teenagers, bro. So there's going to be value there 100%.
Go ahead.
I was saying, I think the biggest reason to keep him, though, is not even anything to do with his play. Is that if we are going to sell him and get better at selling off players in general, we need to build his value up. He needs to get more games, more minutes in games that don't pose a big risk to the club. And so maybe not Champions League, maybe not anything of that caliber, but in some of these mid-table games, yes, I think you can. But no matter what, we need to build up his value so that when we decide to sell him, we actually get something for him.
Dude, if I am Deco, I'm coming out and said, we're very happy with Ronald Araujo. I think he brings things to the table we don't have right now, and he's not for sale, so that we can get more money for him. You know what I mean? Like, I just try to sell. The
Prem will buy him. The Prem will buy him 100%. We just got to figure out how to get the most out of that price.
And I actually think he would actually do very good. He's a very solid player. He's just the highline. It's just not for him. But all right. So Frankie De Jong, I thought Frankie was solid. Nothing too crazy. I mean, he played what? Maybe 25, 30 minutes. I thought he was okay. I wish he was starting in this game, actually, to be honest. I'm glad we didn't need him to start. But I want to see more starts. But at this point, dude, we're just on cruise control, man. The season is basically over at this point. 11 points, bro. Yeah. That's crazy, man. 11 points on Real Madrid. But what are you saying about Frankie? I think it's pretty solid. Araujo, I'm going to go with the 7 out of 10. Frankie De Jong, I'm also going to go with the 7 out of 10. I think very solid, just nothing crazy.
Yeah, Araujo, I think I said it before, but I probably do like a 7 out of 10. It just kind of makes sense. With Frankie, I think maybe this isn't why he was starting to begin with, but I think Gavi offers something in energy and passion that Frankie just doesn't, or I haven't seen from him. Like he's clearly the better player, at least as of today. That could change, obviously, with Frankie getting older now, but again, bro, another one I go back and forth with so much because he does look like he offers Barca just this level of control in a game to see it out that we don't really have another midfielder outside of Pedri to help us do. So he's still very necessary. But at the same time, bro, there's so many games that we will inevitably run into where we need energy to be high, especially in a Hansi Flick system. And I don't always see it. And I can see why, unless there's a concern around Frankie coming back from the injury, I can see why you would opt for Gavi over Frankie. I think for me, Frankie's like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. It's just, it felt like I didn't see anything that made me feel like he impacted the game. If he kind of just came in, helped control things, move the ball around, cool. But again, you think about what he's being paid, how long he's been with this team, how much of a leader he is supposed to be for this club. I just want to see something else, man. Even in a game where we're actually in cruise control, 2-0 at Getafe.
Yeah, so if I'm honest with you, I have mixed emotion. I think Frankie De Jong for next season, he's great. He's an amazing midfielder. I love him very, very much. I think his quality on the ball is insane. I think when you put into perspective how much money you can get for him on the market, it's something you have to at least consider because, look, he's not going to be worth a lot of money in the future. His age is up there, getting up there. He's right now, he's probably at his peak. But right now, if you're thinking about the Bernals of the world, the Gavis of the world, the Fermins of the world, Olmos of the world, the Pedris of the world, I think your midfield is pretty set for the future. And right now, Barca has an opportunity to cash in on him. I think it's not that I'm putting him for sale, but if the opportunity arises, I don't see how you say no, bro. Like, honestly, the fact that you can get some money for him. But Marcus Rashford, bro, he scores. Look, man, Marcus Rashford is best always been off the bench. he's never good when he starts. Like, it's always the best off the bench. I thought he made an impact. As soon as he came in, he was a problem. His speed was a problem for Getafe. Like I said, he was able to get that one yellow card almost right outside the box. Ends up scoring. I don't love his finish, to be honest with you, but just like I've said in many times, what he missed against Madrid, he missed against Atletico Madrid. I've said, dude, put it in between the posts, put it inside, give the goalkeeper some work, give the goalkeeper some, see if the goalkeeper can stop it. If you put it, because this is something my coach would tell me in high school. He said, your speed is good, bro. Just put it inside. Just put it inside. Give the goalkeeper. Sometimes they make a mistake. Sometimes the ball goes right in between their legs. You never know. The finish was right to the middle. I think it's good enough. It's solid, but a better goalkeeper probably stopping that, because I don't think it was a good finish. He didn't even try to put it on the corner. I'm just gonna do the easiest finish, and it worked, and he scored. But what are you saying? I think Rashford, it's gonna be a solid 7.5 on the night, but like I said, I don't think it was the greatest finish. As a striker, as a former striker, not amateur former striker myself, I know that's not a good finish, bro.
Yeah, it's okay. Honestly, when the keeper's coming out at you, it's probably just like, the most basic finish of all time, but it probably works every single time, right? Because they're coming at you, they're sprinting at you, you're moving at pace with the ball. It's not going to take much. If you shoot it right at them, but pretty hard, they probably still give it up anyway, either between their legs or just down below their feet. So he made it. That's all that I really care about. Now, with that said, bro, everyone's going to look at this goal, point to his GA, and say, this is why we need to buy him for next year.
At this point, just start Rashford every time we have the orange kid. This is facts, bro. This is facts. Facts.
That's fair. That's fair, bro. I agree. I agree. I don't know how many more times we'll wear the kit, but that's a different conversation. But I'll say this, though, bro. Like you mentioned, the misses that we've seen in big games from Rashford, it's those moments that probably would convince Hansi Flick to play him more, probably convince Deco to be fighting for him more in those war rooms in Manchester United. But he doesn't. He scores goals like this time and time again. Yeah. But with Barça, we all know it's about the big moments to progress, whether it's just in the table in El Clásicos, in the UCL, in the knockout rounds. We need goals in those moments, and that's going to justify any kind of price tag your club would demand from us anyway. So, and he hasn't. So, frankly, I think today is kind of a summarization of why we probably won't end up buying Rashford this summer, in my opinion. But all in all, I mean, he scored, bro. 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So, guys, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. But please, guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think about this game. So, let's get into it, shall we? Good, the bad, and the ugly. Normally what I do is I put in my good, my bad, and my ugly. You know, I think my good for this game is going to be obviously Fermin Lopez, Pedri Gonzalez getting that assist. He probably could have been better, and I think right now, man, to be honest, probably Kubarsi definitely gets on my good list. What was kind of like your good list, and why do you think that was good?
Yeah, Kubarsi was I think the best player today. The good, I think, was just like the tackles that we saw from him in crucial moments. Again, bro, it reminds me so much of Íñigo Martínez. You know, his distribution was also hands down, but his ability to just make tackles at the right moment to save us in certain moments, bro. I saw that from Kubarsi so much today, and it showed in the scoreline. So for me, that was definitely the good, and I think that, you know, I can't think of anything better to put on this list. Are we going through the bad and the ugly too?
Yeah, you can do your bad. You can start us off with the bad.
In terms of the bad, bro, I still think I don't know how confident to be in someone like Dani Olmo moving forward. He's a fantastic player, bro. We honestly still need someone like him. He creates so much with his dribbling. He's so technical. But, bro, at some point, you gotta start banging these in. Like, you gotta start banging these in. If we're gonna play you in false nine at some points, just to even throw the opponent
his
off,
misses at Atletico Madrid, his misses were ridiculous, bro.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's the bad part too. Because again, I still think he had like a 7 out of 10 performance. I think to me he was pretty solid. But just if he fixes that aspect of his game, there's so much Barca can do. So that to me was that's arguably the bad or the ugly, like however you want to look at it. It probably probably fair.
No, to me, the bad is definitely Koundé, bro. I think Koundé is he digressed. Like he he's not a Barcelona level player anymore, bro. Like it's just tough to say it, but it's true. Like,
Do you think it's just one bad season though, or do you feel like he's actually regressed as a player?
Well, I think he regressed. I've seen him make mistakes for friends as well. He was one time we tried passing it back, and it was very weak on the on the pass back, and it was actually gave the ball back to a defender and scored. Like it's just like, bro, you can't do this in big games. And for me, the bad is probably the bad and the ugly for me. Like Kunde is just so bad right now. I'm out, bro. I'm out on Kunde. I think if we can cash out on him, we must do so immediately. And honestly, bro, like there's no other way to slice it. I'm definitely gonna go with the bad and the ugly for him. What's your grade for Hansi Flick, by the way? Because I think in terms of lineup, it was strong. I wish that we probably would have started maybe Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres low key has been playing extremely well, and I think he would have probably done a better job in that first half.
Yeah, I think lineup overall for me, if I had to put a grade on it, yeah, I think it's probably like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Honestly, like I say that because I don't know how many more options we could have changed. Yeah, Lewa versus Ferran. I'll repeat what I said before. I do think it was a toss up. Like I think logically it was like, hey, neither one of these guys are going to be able to make runs behind the back line or play through the middle. So I just need someone physical who could win headers. I see the logic. And beyond that, I think the Frankie versus Gavi debate. But again, I can see logic in picking Gavi over Frankie just because of who the opponent was. So I think all in all, man, I have no complaints. And I have had very few complaints of Hansi Flick all season. Keep in mind, guys, if he wins, if Barca wins out the rest of the year, we get the 100-point season, which only 2 other teams in history of this club have done. So yeah, man. I mean, I think it's a massive opportunity for Barca.
Yeah. So look, the Fermin Lopez doing the Lamine Yamal celebration. That was a very, very, very good, very nice moment for him because it's big out to Lamine Yamal and a speedy recovery. Hopefully, the good thing is he might be back for the World Cup. And look, man, we don't need him because, bro, 11 points, bro. This it's over, bro. It's over.
Yeah. And honestly, with Lamine though, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think there's still a world where he has to entertain not playing in the World Cup.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm serious. I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see plenty of World Cups. We're gonna see plenty of World Cups to come. I need this player to not be an injury scare for me every season for Barca moving forward. But
if it's the hamstring, we've seen the hamstring being 4 to 6 weeks before.
That's fair. But if he tore it significantly, all I'm saying is, look, even if you call him in, maybe you send him out the group stage, give him another week.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're probably gonna monitor that. Like if it's if they don't need him, they can probably cruise to the groups, and they may not need him until probably further than that.
I just don't want to see his Barca career affected because he wanted to rush the first of probably 4 or 5 World Cups he's going to play as a player. Like,
did you see what the Coliseum did with Pedri?
No.
Look at it.
The best center midfielder in the world. The best center midfielder in the world,
bro. They're literally clapping Pedri, bro. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Insane, bro.
That was a very good moment. That was a very good moment for him. I mean, I thought that was a good moment for Pedro Gonzalez. But guys, man, please hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, I gotta remind you, I think this is the end of the post-game show. Like I said, Barcelona, we are able to get this big victory at the Coliseum. It's a place we haven't won in the last six years, essentially. So it's not easy, especially scoring 2 goals like that. That's basically a dagger to La Liga. If there was any doubt, Jose, right now I can literally go to sleep. Barcelona can lose literally like 2 games, and I think we just got to win 1 more game, and that's it. Like, we're gonna win anyways.
Yeah, bro. We have Osasuna. That's it. We need to just lock that game down. Realize it's for the titles, completely sealed up. I do believe it's over now. I think Madrid is probably just so mentally down bad at this point. I mean, at double digits with this many games to go, we've never seen a team capitulate like that. So I think that at the end of the day, bro, just ride it out, but do not overlook. To me, everyone said Getafe was a trap game.
Yeah.
Osasuna is the trap game. We just have to see that out.
Another trap game. No, I thought Getafe was definitely the trap game. I think we'll get Osasuna. Like, I think we'll get Osasuna, especially at this point. And it quite frankly doesn't even matter. Like if we don't win against Osasuna right now, it's over, bro. Like it's over. Right now we're seeing a lot of players who are basically checking out. Mbappe is checking out. I've seen a lot of players just checking out right now, and it's just ridiculous. But Barcelona, guys, is basically the champions of La Liga. I cannot wait to celebrate this title with everybody, and I cannot wait to see the team see the celebration and everything else. But any last thoughts before we go, brother?
Only thing I want to say is shout out Javier Tebas for jinxing Madrid. That's all we needed was those comments in the middle of the week to lock up La Liga even earlier than planned. So, hey, shout out Tebas.
Guys, thank you guys for watching until the end. Guys, and as always, Visca el Barça.